Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. March 18th. Should have wore the green blazer yesterday. Didn't do it. St. Patrick's Day yesterday, but it's all good. So let's talk some NBA. Now, as you guys saw yesterday, I posted something, breaking news, Steph Curry injured. However, I was watching, I included a bunch of clips from Perkins, from Stephen A. And this morning, I saw on ESPN that they had a disagreement as to the title chances for the Warriors. Now, Kendrick Perkins says that he disagrees, and the Warriors' chances are next to nothing now, 100%. And Stephen A. Smith says, no, they still have a chance. So I'm going to ask you guys this one question. What are the title chances for the Golden State Warriors? Check this clip out.
Okay, Perk. So Steph, Clay, and Draymond have only played 2 games together this season, and now this is happening. So are the Warriors' titles hopes over?
Hell yeah, they over. And look, it's not because of the lack of playing time that Steph, Clay, and Draymond has had this season. Look, these guys have played together their entire career. They know how to find the chemistry. It's about the others. And when you saw Steve Kerr get mad the other night at Marcus Smart, yes, it was about protecting Steph Curry, but it was about him having 12 games left in the season and him trying to find his rotations, trying to find the continuity, trying to find the chemistry. Remember, Clay got back, and I said this, it was going to be guys that were going to have to play different roles. Now you have to find out where you're going to play Jordan Poole, how you going to play Kuminga, how is Draymond and Kuminga going to play with one another. And if you're a head coach, when you get to this period of time where it matters the most, going into the home stretch, the last part of the season, you want to have guys knowing their roles and knowing their place. And that's why I say that with Steph Curry being injured and not coming back into the playoffs, that yes, I strongly believe that the Warrior title hopes are done for this season, period.
I disagree with that. I disagree that it's done. I will concede that it's a bit tougher because the likelihood is that they're not going to be a 2 seed, which means in order for them to get out of the West, they're going to have not 1 but 2 series where they're the road team. They're not the home team in a potential Game 7, whether it be against Memphis, whether it be against Phoenix. I totally get all of that. But when I think about the Golden State Warriors, I'm not going to summarily dismiss the experience. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Clay coming back compromised them to some degree because they didn't look as good as they looked at times when he was out, because you're trying to fit him back to the equation and get him going. And so he's had games where he's exploded, and then there were other games where he just seemed a bit distant and a bit out of it, like when we were at the Lakers game, when the NBA Countdown team was at the Lakers game that Saturday night when LeBron dropped 56. So it's stuff like that. He only scored like 7 points that game or something along those lines. So I understand that, but that was without the services of Draymond Green. I think Draymond Green is pivotal to their success. I think that he's a point forward and an orchestrator on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, he's definitely their captain. He talks on defense. He holds individuals accountable, and I think they'll be better exponentially defensively. Here's where it gets interesting for me, KP. Have you seen Jordan Poole lately? He's averaging 17 on the season. Last 8 games, he scored a minimum of 20 points, dropped about 32 against Denver, had 29 the other night against Boston. With Steph Curry being out, the style of play that Jordan Poole plays, how he pulls the trigger quick, and he doesn't need a lot of space in order to get off that shot or whatever. I think he's going to flourish. He's going to step in and play the role that Steph Curry usually plays. I think you're going to see offensive explosions from Jordan Poole in the days to come. Now, how that's going to work once Steph Curry gets back is why I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is I can't rule it out, because what if they're comfortable playing with one another enough where when Steph comes back, the shot's going to still be there, Jordan Poole has elevated his level of play, Klay is going to be more of a focal point of the offense with Steph out as well, and Draymond is back healthy. I don't think you can look at the Warriors and say their title hopes are over. It might be, but it might not be. This could potentially work to their advantage is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Stephen A., listen, and I'm not knocking Jordan Poole, but I want you to realize, and you know this, in the playoffs comes adjustments, right? Just say hypothetically that Steph Curry is not back. No, Jordan Poole get a lot of his success based off the attention that Steph Curry's put on the defense. When it's playoff time, I need to see if he could still be that guy when it's an hour scouting report that's being put on him. No. See, it's a difference. See, when you're in that film room, that stack of papers get this thick on you. That stack of papers... Yeah.
But we're making two separate points. Like, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's totally accurate. Okay. I totally get that. What I'm saying to you is, first of all, we're assuming Steph Curry's going to be back. We're making it because you're right. The title hopes are gone if Steph Curry can't play. We're not talking about the Warriors as title as champions if Steph Curry can't play. We're assuming he needs to be out for the rest of the regular season so he can be ready for the playoffs. So if Curry is ready for the playoffs because there's no sustainable injury to it, this injury he incurred, then with this foot sprain, then we're talking about Steph Curry being fresh because he's got some rest on the rest of his legs, mind you. Okay, his legs are rested. We're talking about him being fresh because the concern we had about him is that he was losing some of the legs because of the load that he had to carry, particularly with Klay out the first part of the season, Draymond out the second part of the season. He comes back, Klay and Draymond is in the mix, and then you have Jordan Poole, who's elevated his level of play, but he's not the number one option. I think this could end up working wonders for the Golden State Warriors.
But Stephen A., to your point, you are right. You're hitting a lot of points, but let's just see when Steph comes back. Because let me remind you, right, he has a history of ankle problems. And now he's dealing with this. So we just don't know. Again, we don't know. But I'm looking at it right now in the way teams are playing across the league. And I'm looking at the Western Conference, what the Mavericks are doing, what Memphis is doing, and what Denver is doing. And I just think that, and Draymond said it himself, health is everything. So I just want to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that.
But all I'm saying is when we make our predictions and our prognostications, we shove injuries aside because that's a given. We know if they're not healthy, it's not a discussion. When I'm talking about if Steph comes back healthy, I'm not talking about what you're going to do without Steph. Because without Steph, we ain't talking about them as winning the title out west. But with Steph back, fresh legs, and the rest of the dudes ready to go, now we're talking a different story is all I'm saying.
Perk, you got anything?
No, he's good. He's good.
All right.
He's good. He's good.
Perk, don't
he's
go
looking
anywhere.
good, too, and he's feeling good. He's looking good and feeling good.
Exactly.
He in 75-degree weather. Don't feel sorry for him. He's in 75-degree weather, man.
So there you have it. Disagreement. What are the title chances? I still think that they are in favor of those title chances because I get the fact that Kendrick Perkins is saying he's out, and when he does come back, they still have to mesh together, especially with their new teammates. They've only played like 11 seconds together. Golden State Warriors have something like 2 weeks left, 2.5 weeks left. Is that enough time for Steph Curry to come back? I don't know. I just know it's a sprained ligament. Could be anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks, right? So he could miss 2 or 3 games of the first round, and playing a lower seed team like the Lakers, if they, I don't think they'll make it. But Minnesota, Clippers, they could overtake Golden State Warriors. But then again, we don't know because we don't know the severity of that injury. So let's just say Golden State actually made it past the first round and they ended up getting Steph Curry back, right? Let's just say that. Now you have to take into consideration Steph's ankle history injury, right? Like whenever he gets injured, like 90% of the time it's to do with his ankle, that a couple of years ago, I think it was like 2, was his wrist, or I think it was maybe last year, but still. So basically, they only played 11 seconds together. They have the capability of doing very well in the playoffs, and the title chances are very good. However, now that he's injured, I wouldn't say very good, I'd say good, because anything can happen. You know, it all depends on severity of the injury and how soon Steph can come back. But then again, they are about to lose some regular season games. Guys need to step up, like Jordan Poole. James Wiseman's coming back, so that's good. They need more out of Klay Thompson now, 100%. You know, I hope he is fully adjusted now, because now Klay Thompson needs to step up big time. And I know he's not the player that Steph Curry is, but, you know, you got to step up. So with Jordan Poole. So I want to hear from you guys. What are their title chances to win this season? I know Draymond Green said it prior to the Boston game. He said, we're guaranteed to win the title. But I don't know if he's saying that right now. I think it's solely based on how Steph does. You know what I mean? How he does is, and how he reacts to the injury and whatnot. I think it puts a damper on their plans. But then again, I still think they are, you know, the chances for them to actually win a title are good. But I wouldn't say great. So let me know what you guys think. What are the chances for Golden State to win the championship this year with that injury 2 nights ago? And basically, he will come back. Obviously, he will come back. But will he be the same Steph Curry? And will they mesh together? Will they actually perform well together? So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section. And that's about all she wrote. Jag from Jaggy Sports.